Okay. This character that you play, Magua, this is a character that you're familiar with. I mean, we've seen him in other films. When you took on the role, how did you decide to get through the preconceptions or the stereotypes of playing someone as savage as this?
You're right, we have seen him. We have seen him a lot of times in other films, but I think this time we have the opportunity, the luxury even, of finding out why it is that Magua is doing the things that he's doing, you know? He's playing from a base of personal tragedy, things that have happened to him. Someone has done something to him, and he is going to pay that back, you know? He wants retribution. He's an avenging force in the film, and human beings can understand that because it's very much a part of every human being's psyche, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think people can identify with that, whether we like it or not. It is there. And Magua brings that out in all of us. But also, he's not only that, and which I give great credit to the writers of this edition of Last of the Mohicans, in that they give us a man, Magua, who is also a man with a vision. He has his agenda. He has something to do, and he's going to do it, you know, in whatever way is necessary. And he's a potent political force of that time, and we see him as such. This is good.
Mm-hmm. What interested me so much watching this film is the three-dimensionality of all of the characters. In the screen time, they're all real, they're all fully developed, we feel like we know them, and that must have appealed to you as an actor.
Absolutely, of course it does. It's always good to be able to stretch out and find out if you can actually do it or not as an actor, you know? And hopefully I did it, and we'll see September the 25th. We'll see what the public has to say about it when it hits the theaters, you know?
What about the physicality of the role?
Oh,
I mean, so much goes on. Had you ever had any experience with things like this?
Well, most of my parts have usually been fairly physical, whether it was riding horses or running through the jungles or whatever, you know, but most of my stuff has been fairly physical, but this one, oh man, it was more than anything else, because there was so much involved, and you know, we went through training beforehand in learning how to shoot flintlocks and fight with tomahawks, clubs, war clubs, knives, everything. You know, we went through about 2 weeks of extensive training with paramilitary advisors who were also on the set at all times, you know, to make sure that everything was done safely, you know. But it was definitely an experience, and plus everyone had to kind of stay like we were in shape, you know, and none of these big guts hanging out or anything, you know. We had to definitely watch our food and keep our bodies fairly trim, so we looked the part, as well as your own body. It helps your own body to be able to be in shape to do all that. You definitely have to do that.
Were there moments that you honestly felt you were living in the 1700s, that you were living the way your ancestors did?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, did the reality ever set in, or was it always a movie set?
No, I think that the intensity with which all of the actors played added to the fact, and even, you know, the guys who are extras and really are burdened with the fact that they have to jump in and then wait a long time and all that, they were able to get in, and, you know, a lot of these fight scenes where to me, it was very, very real, aside from the fact that we didn't chop each other up or shoot each other with flintlocks or anything like that. But it was, the feeling itself is really there, and I think that for the ambush scene, for one, is a scene wherein it makes my hair stand up on end, you know, and it did at the time that we shot it, you know. It's just so real feeling, and there's so much of that. I think that when a lot of people get together and have the same thought, that is very powerful, you know, and it can be felt for a long ways, and that's what happened during that one particular scene, and I feel like it definitely comes out in the celluloid version.
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful, wonderful film.
Oh.
You must be very, very proud of it.
I'm absolutely proud of it, yes.
Great. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you.